Annyeonghaseyo.
I'm Demarchlier.
And I'm Arielle.
And we're So Due for Two. Okay, so the next review we're going to do is Bad Guy. And this one's really different from any of the other ones we've reviewed, and definitely different from most of the ones we've watched. I think that this one is sort of in its own category as far as the one we've seen. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like not something that you're going to want to watch if you're going to want to watch a romantic comedy. Let's start out with that right away.
No rom-com here.
Yeah, we just did one for,
You're Beautiful?
You're Beautiful.
This is the opposite.
Not You're Beautiful. Yeah. Okay, so the main cast for this one.
Okay, so we have the main character, the bad guy, is Shim Gun-wook is the name of the character. His name is Kim Nam-gil. We have the main girl. Her character name is Moon Ga-in. The other main guy, like sort of the love triangle, and Kim Jae-uk is Hong Tae-sung. Another main girl character is Hong Monet, played by Young So-min, who was also in Playful Kiss, which we already reviewed. Didn't go so well.
Yeah.
And then the other main woman is Hong Tae-ra, played by Oh Yoon-so.
Okay, so what I think, like, I'm going to throw out some words here, and we'll also free associate. Incest.
A lot.
Yeah, like, an issue here. Something that, like, I didn't think, right, when I started watching Korean dramas that I would, like, encounter.
Yeah, I mean, we've taken full classes on taboo incest.
Yeah, and that's like an issue here. So, I mean, if that's something you don't want to watch, like, you might not want to watch Bad Guy. Okay, so, like, with the characters here, like, I think there's a lot of complexity here. This isn't really, like, a drama where, like, it's just like a quick story and you just fall into it. It's complex. There's a lot of family drama and like literally like drama that's been building up for someone's whole life. So I think that you're kind of dealing with that here. I've heard people review this and say that it was rushed. Like say that sort of how the story goes and following the characters had a lot to do with like their personal lives outside of the drama and things that are happening like going into the army of like the lead character. So that kind of affected the drama. I didn't really feel that way. I felt like it was done really well, even if I didn't like the ending or even if I didn't really like how it went, right?
Yeah. This one's definitely a spoiler alert, guys. Like, we will talk about the ending of this because this one's probably the most dramatic ending we've seen in a K-drama. So just like, if you don't want to see the end of it, like, please.
We'll be like, spoiler alert, and then stop listening. Because I think that when you're watching this one, like with chemistry, how do you feel about chemistry?
I felt like it was so like intense.
Yeah.
The main character, the girl character, plays Moon Ga-in. I think she's a great actress in this one. I think her character is really complex. It's really interesting how she sort of falls into this like fate with these two men who, sort of have the same name, the same destiny, and it's really fascinating.
And she seems really shallow, but like she's not.
There's a lot more complexity there.
And I think that when you're following the characters here, I mean, this is one where like the love triangle is a lot more like just upsetting, like because it's like you aren't getting the fulfillment that you want from it, and it will just make you upset as you're watching it. I mean, this is one of the few dramas where instead of like laughing or being happy, which I commonly am while watching dramas, like I was upset and like hitting things. I was just, like you just don't want to see bad things happen to characters you like, which I think is a good sign for the drama because I got attached to the characters.
I think I'd say there's also like as far as chemistry and like love triangle goes on, there's a few scenes where I sort of like stop. I'm like stop breathing. I'm like, what's going on? Like I think that's like definitely shows like the acting is really good because you get so invested in scenes.
So I think with Mistaken Identities, I mean that's like
the whole point of this movie. This TV show
drama
is that the mistaken identity and what identity means and like what your name and birth and adoption. It's like really intense.
And also like, I mean, people calling themselves your parent, like, why would they want to? Why wouldn't they want to? And like, honestly intense with this one.
Very dramatic.
And I think that Gun-wook, who's like the main character of this, like the guy who acted like this character, I mean, did a great job of making you feel a lot of emotions towards him.
Yeah, you're conflicted with him. You feel like he's like a bad guy, but then you're kind of like, what made him a bad guy? So it's a really complex.
And also like,
character.
can he be a good guy? And like, does he have a chance to like have redeemable character?
Yeah, we had like full discussions while watching the show, like about what we thought was going to happen and what was going on and like what it meant. So that's you're really watching a good show.
Yeah. Okay. So next topic, like bad guy to good guy.
Yeah. I mean that's definitely the issue.
We feel like he went there.
Yeah. I think he takes the full arc.
Yeah.
And I think the thing is like the whole time you're watching the show, you're like, is he really the bad guy? Is the guy that's like not really or seems like a jerk, which is played by Kim Jae-hyuk. You're kind of like, oh, he's obviously a bad guy too, and then it's like, wait, he's been hurt, and so there's so much going on there.
I also think that even in the end, when things sort of really fall apart for these characters, and for everyone, kind of. I mean,
spoiler alert.
Yeah, like when you kind of the sort of the guilt that he feels about what he's done or what he hasn't done. I mean, you kind of think he can't be that bad of a guy, right? Yeah. Like, he's not evil character.
Yeah, it becomes very clear in the ending that he, did not deserve the life that he was given, and they both didn't deserve that life, and it's very upsetting, and, like, this fate is so horrible for all of that.
I think piggyback ride, this isn't really a piggyback ride drama.
Yeah, I mean, the thing, I think the most, like, lighthearted moment of this, or not even lighthearted, but, like, there's, like, a sauna scene that's, like, great, Kim Jae-hyuk, like, half naked. That's great. I mean, there's really very few lighthearted moments.
It's not that kind of drama.
There is like intense kisses. There's a few good kisses. There's a really good like street kiss on this one, which is interesting because PDA is like kind of low on this one, but there's a good like public kiss.
Yeah, and also though, I mean, kisses between the main characters or between like the in this love triangle. I mean, between Gun-wook and Jae-in, like there aren't a lot of kisses between those two, right? I mean, you have more. I think you have more kisses with Tae-sung, and he's not the main character,
but you kind of want him to be.
Yeah, well,
I love them all, but I enjoyed Kim Jae-hyuk.
Fashion. I mean,
there's some great Kim Jae-hyuk fashion in this.
Yeah.
He has some suits. I mean, there's a suit where literally he's wearing a blazer with like very little underneath.
The alternate, the other women, like the sister Tae-ra, like her fashion is wonderful because they're like kind of, and like Monet, that's how I wished I was dressing at like her age. I mean, dressing really beautifully,
super pretty, girly, wonderful fashion. And again, this is sort of like the aristocratic idea. Like, they have a lot of money. The fashion is beautiful. It's very clear. And
fashion is a big part of this because art is a big part of the story.
Yes.
I mean, just in certain aspects. So I think that's one of those things. We talk about music in some of the other dramas. Well, this isn't a music drama. This is like art or interest, and like there's actually this glass mask, which you'll know if you watch the drama. Something that's really interesting and something for me that I really like thought about a lot, like the idea of a glass mask, and that's something like I think describes the drama really well.
Yeah, there was so much effort put into it. I feel like this almost reminds me of, like, if you watch, like, the American show Lost, it reminds me of that, like, only in the way that, like, I think a lot of the characters and how complex they are and how much it makes you think. Like, I felt like I was talking a lot to my sister, like, oh, what's going on with this? Like, what does that mean? And, that's very rare.
I think for me, we talked about a lot of dramas being, like, period pieces. This one's, like, a Greek tragedy.
Oh, yeah.
To me.
Oh, my God, completely.
The whole idea.
This is very Oedipus.
Yeah, like, the idea of the incestuous relationship with family. I mean, and obviously that's what it is, but, like, not seeing it coming. Like, I didn't see it coming. Like, the whole idea of, just the destiny of fate, like, can't get away from it, you're all stuck in it. And, like, in that spoiler alert, it's kind of like the whole thing with the end and, like, the death in the end of a main character. That isn't what you expect to have happen. And the, like, lack of resolution with that death.
And with love. I mean, this is the first Korean drama I'd ever seen where love was not resolved in some way.
Even if it was like, you don't know if they're like going to be married or whatever, or if they're going to have children. I mean, like, sometimes that's an issue with dramas. Yeah. No, this one, like, there's just no positive resolution.
And it was really upsetting to me. I literally called her and I'm like, oh my God, you need to watch this episode. And I think that is, it was extremely, like, fresh for the K-drama that we've watched before. Like, we love our K-drama, but, like, this was really something different.
Okay, so rating for this one.
Okay, you can go first.
No, I mean, I think for me, like, this one's hard to judge. Okay, like, would I have watched this if I had known the ending? I don't know. Like, if I would do it again, because it upset me. So, like, I would probably rate this, I think, a 7 out of 10, just because I don't think that I want to see a movie end like this, but I see why some people would want to watch this, right? The drama of this is really dramatic. I can see why some people would be, like, drawn to this kind of story, but I don't think for me, this is something I want to go to again. To go through the emotional roller coaster that is this drama.
I'm going to give it 8.5 piggybacks.
Okay.
Even though there's no piggybacks, I think it's for the quality of acting in this drama. I think it's wonderful. The art direction is clearly beautiful. I mean, there's scenes in this where it's just, like, shot so well, and you're just really watching, you get really motivated by that. Like, this is so moving. And I think that definitely Kim Jae-hyuk's in it. That gives, like, at least
that's, like, always something that pushes up her for
yeah, so definitely really great. So, this is a great drama. Definitely recommend watching it. And that's it for today, guys.
Thank you. Bye.